It is Thursday, March 19th, 2015. Welcome, everyone, to episode 28 of the OG Cast, your clan podcast for the original Guardians. My name is Mike. You can find me on Xbox Live. I am mikerocksmore, and you can actually see that this week, too, because my name tag has finally decided to work again this week. We got a great show, hopefully, ahead of us here. So let's kick it off, and let's start off with the panel. And first off, let's meet Keith.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Pretty exciting week coming up next week for me, personally.
I think for a lot of us here.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a sec here. Next up, we've got Franz. How you doing this week?
Pretty good. Been watching some March Madness. It's been pretty crazy so far.
Did you catch John Oliver's a little bit about that last week tonight?
No,
this past weekend?
No, was it good?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was probably one of his better ones. If you got 20 minutes to spare, it's probably worth a watch. He cuts into it pretty good, and I think with some good reason too. So
I don't doubt it. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, excellent. And last but certainly not least, we've got SINYC. How's it going this week?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Getting ready for Clan Wars this weekend.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, in a little bit here as well. Well, let's dive right in here, and without any further ado, Keith, why don't you tell us your good news here, and let's tell us.
So we're officially launching Clan Wars next week, but we did a soft launch today. So if you're listening, you can go to the real website at destinyclanwars.com, and you can sign up, get yourself registered, and kind of start seeing what's going on. The first event that's going to be happening. So that's all out there. I mean, the first warm-up event starts on Sunday, and it's a little light, so it's nothing too major in terms of penalties for poor performance or anything like that, but get in there. It's kind of a warm-up event to get people used to the site and see how things shake down. So like I said, if you're listening now, you can go on and sign up. There's really not much you can do right now since there's no event going on and no previous event to even look at any past data or anything like that, but kind of, like I said, soft launch. On Monday, we'll be doing the full reveal to the rest of the world, and then we'll get lots of people in there and see how that shakes down.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent. You're looking still for a little rundown of what the site looks like. If you can't, if you want to see all a little bit more in detail, definitely check out our past episode where Keith gave us a full walkthrough of what's all there. I don't think too much has changed since then, Keith, has it? Or
mechanically speaking, no. We changed the layout of a few things, but other than that, like the mechanics of it and the back end are pretty much the same.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah. So be sure to sign up, DestinyClanWars.com, and let's get this going.
Yeah, I'm excited. Excited to see some action. The first event, hopefully we'll get a lot of conversation going on after the warm up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Call of Duty Clan Wars is Friday and Saturday, so for me now I get an extra day.
All right. Well, let's switch gears here, and let's move on here. Something that has definitely been a lot more prevalent in entertainment lately has been sort of reboots and tons of sequels and basically milking everything for what it's worth. And the video game industry's been no stranger to to milking sequels, but now it seems that you're seeing a lot of porting from the previous generation, and now the latest contender is the Borderlands Handsome Collection, which is out next week. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Is this laziness? Is this good? Is this bad? Is it Is it good that we get to play games that were from previous consoles? Like, because there's a wide list of games that we can throw into this. We've got Halo, there's Tomb Raider, Grand Theft Auto, Diablo, Last of Us on PS4, and a whole bunch. And this generation has been, so far, it's really all been about these remastered games, more so or just as much as the big original IPs that have launched for these new consoles. Like, what do you guys think about this? Is this good, bad? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I like it. Especially, I skipped the PlayStation 3 generation, but I have a PlayStation 4, so I'm looking forward to going back and playing some of those good PlayStation 3 games that I didn't get a chance to. Like, I'm really hoping they do a Uncharted collection.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the major benefit is for people in your situation, and even people that really didn't buy a game, maybe that it was released when there were a lot of other good games that were being released, and it got missed, and so now it's able to be re-released in a different time frame and a different climate and new audience.
And I think it's a real benefit that we have nowadays with the trend towards digital. It's easier for publishers to port this to a later system because the hardware can obviously handle it.
Yeah.
It's just making sure that it fits with the new OS, but
I think what we have successfully done is prevent any backwards compatibility from ever happening again. Like, it's not going to. There's no way that the next generation of consoles is going to come out that's backwards compatible with the current games, because they know that people are going to be willing to rebuy games that they already own. So that's the one downside that I see is it's going to remove any kind of backwards compatibility from happening.
Yeah.
Backwards compatibility hasn't really been an issue for a very long time now. Like, the PS3 launched with it, but then they took it out.
They took it out of the PS3?
Well, I'm not too sure if I know the later models didn't have that ability, but mine was a first gen, first day model, and it could.
That's
I never
interesting.
tried later on.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize that they took it out. That'd be really interesting, because I know
Well, that was
the
the big
Xbox
thing.
360 had it.
They had it, but it didn't work with
Kind
every
of.
game.
Yeah, only certain games. They picked and choose which one you can play with.
It was because I looked at the list, and it was like all the big games. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a
that's
small
pretty fair.
game, then it was not always going to be supported. But if it was a big game, like, it was on there.
I found a CD binder in a closet when I had my 360, and it was the newest generation, and most of them didn't work, just random Xbox games that I had laying around. Only like you said, the real big name ones did.
Yeah. I mean, I think backwards compatibility isn't going to be a huge issue for the next generation, but it makes things really different now that we've gone digital. So it's really hard to justify something not being backwards compatible. Like, if you look at Xbox, for example, how there's going to be a lot of integration with Windows 10. So there's like even cross-buy. So you buy a game on your desktop, and you also own that game, that license, on Xbox One. So moving forward on the next Xbox, let's call it Xbox 2. Hopefully that's not the real name. But when that does come out, is that going to move forward? I mean, because it's sure as hell going to be supported from an architecture perspective, but are you going to get those licenses?
I would hope so. I'd hope it'd be the same way as PC is now. You upgrade your PC, but you still have the licenses to all those old games, so download them again and play them.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
From a console perspective, it's made sense because the architecture has been vastly different. But nowadays, they're just basically PCs in a box than a smaller box with different UI. It's really hard to say, to not have that compatibility.
We talk about that too. Like, I think the main thing, going to this generation was that the architecture was different, and that was why there was no backwards compatibility. And yet we have seen all of these previous gen games being released.
Yeah.
In relatively short time. You would think that if the architecture of the system is that different? Is it that easy to port? And
Well,
therefore, why is there no backwards compatibility?
There's probably plenty of work to it. It can't be plug and play, or else you would have easy access to it.
So I might be going out on a limb here and saying that everything that we've seen move generations has also been available on PC. Am I correct in saying that? I mean, thinking about it, maybe not on the PlayStation side, but from the Xbox side, like if you have Diablo and Halo.
Well, Halo's not all on PC.
No, 4 wasn't.
4 wasn't. Okay.
Only 2 was, right?
No, they had 1, 2, and I thought 3 on PC.
I'm not sure about 3, to be honest, but I know 4 is definitely not. I know 1 and 2 were.
Yeah, because I know the port from the Halo 2 in the Master Chief Collection is a port from PC, not from Xbox.
Okay.
So, I mean, and you look at Grand Theft Auto, like, I guarantee that they've been working on the PC version along with the console version, and that was their plan all along, because the PC version has got to be very, very similar to the current gen version compared to last gen in terms of architecture and design and everything. So I imagine that building a game for the PC is what's allowing them to be able to be more flexible when porting them forward.
And with the launch of Windows 10, it's going to be really easy if a game's coming out for PC, as long as the controller scheme can work with a controller instead of a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't have it on both.
They're building an adapter now too that should handle most of that conversions too as well, I think. So.
Wait, an adapter which way?
So you can actually put your Xbox One controller into your PC now as well.
He's talking about control schemes, like it's.
I'm true, but I think that there must be some sort of software that can easily be, or relatively easily be coded to make that work.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of coding. It's a matter of the feel of a game. Like it's not like you can't take World of Warcraft and bring it to a console. Even though if you could technically run it, you can't. There is no controller format that would work well with it. So.
That's true.
So a lot of PC games are designed with having 50 keys available for the player. So,
unless they go a route of making a keyboard and mouse for the Xbox, and then you basically have a PC.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we'll see is the two platforms kind of merge together.
Kind of like what Steam is doing, right? Because Steam is doing that with their Steam OS. They kind of have their Steam box, which will feel like a console to people. They just buy the box, they hook it up to their TV, and it works just like a console, but in reality it's just a PC running Linux.
Yep. Well, people have been kind of saying this for a little while now, that this is going to be probably the last generation of consoles. Everything's just
bullshit. That's bullshit.
No
it's
way.
Not going to happen.
They have said.
But because a lot of people aren't going to take the time and effort to build a really good gaming PC and then keep updating it. They just want their console that's going to play all the games.
Yeah.
And then, 8 years from now, buy a new one.
Absolutely guilty.
Yeah, PC has a very high barrier of entry because you have to know what the hell you're doing in order. You have to say, oh, does my graphics card and processor and RAM, do I meet the minimum requirements for this game? And then, oh, well,
that's what drove me to console gaming in the first place. That exact sentiment right there.
Console gaming is super simple, and you're never going to be able to get away from that.
We're also kind of setting a precedent in a big transitional period because new releases are still coming out for the 360 and the PS3. So we're kind of telling them it's okay to do this while we're paying money for it in a transitional period where it's okay to kind of port and spread shit out.
I doubt we're going to see a new game now for just 360 and PS3.
Not for just 360, no, but they're still making it for 360. They haven't cut it out like when the 360 generation came in and you couldn't find a new Xbox game.
Yeah.
I think this holiday season will be the last time that happens.
I think even before then. I think a lot of games have already cut the cord on the last gen.
Yeah, there was a recent game where they said that. What was that?
Yeah, I can't think of it either.
The new Tomb Raider that's not coming out to last gen.
There's something else.
And that's
Halo's not gonna do
basically
that.
the end of
Well,
that
Halo,
transitional
yeah.
period.
Yeah,
That's
I think we're
where,
approaching the end of the transition.
and then that's where we kind of either we spent enough money on games being ported and brought over from systems and PCs and things like that, or we haven't, and that's where corporates and suits will probably decide whether or not they're going to keep doing that to us or not. I like it personally. It's great. Sometimes I get to play games I never got around to, like you guys said. Sometimes it's just nicer to see it prettier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see it move towards where you buy the rights to own that game, to download that game on whatever it might be, as long as the machine can run it.
That
I
I
think-
can agree with.
I think the backwards capability issue a lot stemmed from having a different like CD or hardware that you needed to
Yeah.
run. Like
Yeah.
the original Xbox was just a regular CD-ROM, then it went to an HD drive, and now it's Blu-ray.
I mean, if they change the system architecture, so in the next generation of consoles, then there will be something that has to. There will most likely be something that has to change in the game's code base to allow it to run on the new system. It's never going to be something where it's magical or every game is going to run perfectly. I mean, that's the benefit of PC gaming is it always works no matter what processor or video card combination you throw at it. 20 years from now, I can boot up a game that I bought, 5 years ago, and I can play it.
But don't you think that'll happen with the new Windows 10 being the same as the Xbox operating system?
I don't know, because Xbox still has a lot of custom APIs. Like you look at achievements and friends lists and all those, and the snapping, and so I mean, there's a lot of things that are custom to Xbox and PlayStation 4 that like those APIs will be different in the next generation of consoles. And so that they'd have to specifically build that compatibility, and I don't know if they will or not.
But Steam has the same thing. They have achievements and that kind of setup, but you can download a Steam game from years ago.
But the Steam isn't essential to the operating system. I could take Steam on a Linux, and I can take Steam on a Windows computer, and you know what I mean. Like it doesn't require Steam to be processing the graphics. All it is. So I mean, it's a little different.
True. Yeah. I guess to get back to Mike's point, I like the ports. I'm looking forward to a lot of them. I wish I had more time to play them.
Yeah, I think I think there was a Gears of War's port that's probably going to. What was it? I think it was Phil Spencer that was teasing that.
Well, today I read on IGN that the head of whoever makes Gears of War said they weren't planning on a Marcus Fink's collection.
Yeah, I saw that, but they also denied that for Halo 2 remaster. So
that's true.
So I mean, I wish I could find that thing on Reddit, but it was basically somebody sent a private message to Phil Spencer, and he said I can't confirm that, but stay tuned or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, the IGN article said that there was going to be some sort of announcement at E3, wasn't it?
I'm sure that there's going to be some sort of announcement for something like that.
That could be the new game they're working on too, though, because there is supposed to be a new game coming out for Gears, right?
Yeah,
probably.
I would hope so. I guess that's where I would draw the line, is if they would invest resources into porting things and they won't give me something new after learning so much from several games on an old generation.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the porting is beneficial, is it helps sell the newer games. People who missed out on a series, like I wish they would do that for Metal Gear.
That'd be cool.
I would play that from the beginning.
I would totally buy a Metal Gear collection.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whoever's listening, make that.
Now that would take some effort, going back all the way to the original PlayStation. That's not going to be an easy port.
No, not at all. I mean, can't they do something emulator-esque? I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. Put a little emulator on there.
I'm okay
with that.
Yeah, I don't know. The only other collection that I really would like to see is Mass Effect. It would suck my life, and I probably would never even replay all three of them. But I would like to see a Mass Effect collection.
I wouldn't doubt they do that. I mean,
it's probably going to happen. I mean, with how big that series was, it's probably going to happen.
I mean,
If not for what we talked about last week, I wouldn't agree, but you guys got me itchy last week when we talked about it, so now,
Yeah.
yes, please, immediately.
yeah, I mean, they teased it at the last event, the new Mass Effect, and I don't think the game's anywhere near being ready. But
No.
what they might announce is a collection coming at E3 this year, and then say, after the collection launches, we'll be launching Mass Effect 4 later in the year. We'll do a collection in March and launch the game in November.
That's very possible. Yeah.
Fingers crossed, I guess.
The other thing, especially when, at the beginning of a console cycle, the games are so sparse that it's kind of refreshing to have some of these old games to go back and play.
Yeah, I think that's where Tomb Raider really capitalized on it. I mean, because if they would have done that, if they would have released their remaster now, it probably wouldn't have done anything. But since they released it so early, they captured a lot of people just because people want something to play.
That's why now they're going to put it for free on Gold next month.
You think so? Is that what you're calling?
Yeah, well, a lot of people have called that, so I'm not going to take credit for.
I would hope so, but it just went on sale for $20, so I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know.
Well, they just put it on the 360, so it's obviously in the wheelhouse.
That's true. It could be.
Yeah.
Like that's what this month, or it was the first half of this month, because they got.
Now it's BioShock.
Oh yes, BioShock Infinite. Yeah, again, two huge games for the 360 free this month, and still all we've been getting for the one is just.
Independence, mainly.
Yeah. Well, Rayman is amazing. That game is so good.
I like iDarb. I'm not going to complain.
I don't know. I played it. I'm
what it is.
But I didn't have anyone to play it with, so it's really hard to envision what it would be like playing with other people. But
it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome when you can set up plays, because you get bonus points for the bounces and things like that, so you're trying to set up plays where you get bounce passes and crazy things like that. If you can actually work with people, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd like to try it, but I couldn't convince any of my friends to download it. They looked at it, they're like, no, I'm not even downloading this, so whatever.
That's the same upside downside with Evolve, though. If you don't have a team and you're playing by yourself, it feels like it's impossible to do anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
If you have a team and you're working with people who can communicate and at the very least work together, it's an amazing game and you feel like you run the world.
It's like Iron Banner right now, too.
Yeah, it's not the kind of game where you can carry somebody, and I'm assuming it translates back as well.
All right. Well, I guess resounding in favors of ports.
Yeah, I'm in favor of it, but I hate myself for being in favor of it. I really do.
I'm just buying games twice.
Yeah.
Like Borderlands, for example. Bought that game, and I'm buying it again.
Yes.
But you didn't play the pre-sequel, so...
So, that's right. I'm buying a game for $30 the way I see it.
I haven't played Borderlands, but I don't know. I don't have the time. I don't have the time to play it. I haven't even beat Ori, and that's not even a super long game.
Yeah, Borderlands.
I think you should get it, Keith. I think a lot of us are getting it, so I think you should probably get it.
I might get it. It'll probably wait.
Yeah.
Hey, well, mine's already preloaded and pre-whatever, so...
Mine too. I just got to transfer the characters over.
Oh, you are going to do that?
Just to get all, they give you stuff if you do it. Gold keys, you get 75 gold keys.
So it's in the vein of Destiny, right? Where it's a loot-based game shooter?
Yeah, think of Destiny if Destiny focused only on PvE and did a really good job at it.
Okay.
Without raids.
So there's no PvP stuff at all?
No.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I just need to take a week of vacation and get caught up on games.
Yeah.
I like where your head's at.
I know. My wife would kill me.
I've been using snow days for that. It's supposed to be crappy tomorrow. I didn't schedule any appointments. Hoping for the best.
Yeah, you don't suck at all. Not jealous. Not at all.
No, I've been playing that new Dragon Ball game, and I've been dabbling with the new Battlefield games. So it'd be nice to have a day where I can play around.
Speaking of Battlefield, they did announce that there's going to be an announcement of an announcement for Battlefront for Star Wars. Did you
Oh, I
guys see
saw that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really worried that they're going to rush this game to get it out before the movie launches, and it's not going to be ready.
Yeah, the Star Wars celebration. When is that?
On May the 4th.
Oh, on May
They've
the
had it
4th.
for a long
Huh.
time. Though.
Okay, that's funny.
What?
Yeah,
May the
we've
4th
heard
be
about
with you.
Battlefront for
Oh
years
yeah, that's
now.
like a whole as a Star Wars
Yeah.
nerd, that's a big day.
Um, yeah, so apparently they're going to be debuting it, whether I don't know if it's going to be a gameplay trailer or a theatrical trailer. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both, but that game is surely going to die because there's no way that it's going to live up to the expectations of the hype people have set forth for it.
You think?
No.
I mean, it could be the greatest game ever created, and it'll still not meet expectations. So I don't know. I'm concerned about that game.
I am
You know, I
too.
think I played both, the originals on the PS2, and it was a heck of a lot of fun. I am looking forward to it, but I think I'm not jumping out of my skin for it. I think that's probably a good position to be in.
I just
Set
don't
it
think
too
it's
high then.
I don't think it's anywhere near ready, and they're going to rush it for this fall before the movie.
Well, I mean, they did a good job of delaying Hardline because it wasn't ready. So I don't know. Maybe they're going back. Maybe they're shifting their mentality to delaying games when necessary, so we don't get another Battlefield 4 situation.
That's
This
what
game
turned
was
me off the
crap.
Battlefield. And through game sharing, I played the new one. And honestly, I didn't have any problems for the couple of game modes I've gotten to play. It wasn't the same as Battlefield 4 in the beginning, so I'd like to think they learned from their mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, Hardline got delayed. It was supposed to be out last year, like during holiday.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I actually haven't run into anything that's really turning me off yet. I haven't dug online and looked into the forums yet, but nothing has bothered me yet for what I played.
Yeah. So I mean, it's possible that that it will be released in a solid state. I hope so.
Yeah. My worry is that the game was scrapped right when LucasArts shut down, and then it was picked back up. I don't know, like
I thought it was
a
only
year
in
ago.
development.
No, that was that other Star Wars game, like
Wasn't that one?
13.
1313. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
It was that game that got canned, and apparently I read somewhere from some random internet person that it was
That's a reliable source.
that a successor was being worked on. I don't know. I don't even know where I saw that. But
I seem to recall that EA has had Battlefront for a long time.
yeah,
And it's been in development for a long time. Like I'm talking like years now, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I heard this years ago. So I
Sleeper
think
hit.
they've had enough time to get it ready.
And why haven't we seen anything? It's going to come
Sleeper.
out this year.
They're shinobi. They're chilling in the shadows.
EA is not like Bethesda, which would,
they don't hold stuff close to their vest. Yeah,
No.
it is really weird. Maybe they're being hushed by Disney. It's very possible that Disney is making them keep
That's
a lid on
true.
it.
That's a whole new part of the equation now that
Yeah.
they're doing all that.
Could
Yeah,
be.
big part.
Although they can only do so much. Like in the movie industry, one of the biggest spoilers are like toy lines because the toy companies have to get all their advertising and all their merch stuff out in line for the movie. So you can see all the little reveals and hints and things they were trying to keep quiet. So
Yeah.
they couldn't do much for Avengers and Marvel and all that stuff. I'm not sure how much they can do with Star Wars, but that IP might be worth a lot more at this point.
Video games are
But,
different though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the parent company that owns the rights, like Disney, I think they make a ton more from merchandise than they do from video game royalties. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Disney's not really worrying about how one Star Wars video game does.
Fair enough.
They're going to make so much money on that movie, and it could tank. It could be horrible, and they'll still make a boatload.
Ridiculous amounts.
I mean, look at episode 1 through 3.
Oh, come on, guys, those were great movies.
Oh, sure. 2 was the best.
Oh, so much. Yeah, like
I love that Jar Jar Binks, I'll tell you.
At the very
I'm more
least,
about
they're
Sam,
visually appealing.
personally.
You drink enough, you'll enjoy them.
Yeah. The final lightsaber battle in 3 was good. It was good.
It was awesome.
It was intense.
It was awesome.
Yes.
But other than that, yeah, they were all pretty terrible.
I was actually talking with a coworker today about Star Wars, and 2 is by far to me the absolute worst. That god awful love story. And,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think they could have resolved a lot of the problems with casting. Like Hayden Christensen, he's so whiny. He's like a whiny little bitch. I don't know how he just I don't. Oh my gosh, he's so obnoxious.
That's Lucas's thing. He wants to take these unknown actors and throw them into major roles.
Yeah.
That's like he almost didn't give Harrison Ford the Han Solo role because he was in what's that first movie he did?
American Graffiti.
Yeah, he was in American Graffiti. He was like, he's too well known. I don't want to use him.
Interesting.
He wasn't really that well known at that point
Yeah.
either, though. Like, that was...
But to Lucas, he was.
Well, he was in his movie.
Yeah, true.
I don't blame him. From a creative standpoint, you want your material and your idea and your story and your...
You don't want the baggage.
Yeah, you don't want Harrison Ford selling your movie and people going to see a Harrison Ford movie. You want them to go see what George Lucas did today.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I'm just hoping Harrison Ford doesn't kill himself before they finish this.
Well, I think it's already filmed. I think they've already got that done.
Well, they got 2 more movies to go.
That's true.
It's gonna be like Tupac in holograms and shit filming.
Yeah.
Wow, we got really off topic. Somebody reel us back in here.
I mean, if they decide to port the Star Wars games, I guess I would play a handful of them, depending on which ones we're talking about. Knights of the Old Republic was relatively fun.
Oh, that was the best one. Yes, BioWare, make a Star Wars game again.
Whoever's listening, make it.
Do it.
All
I like
right.
to think I have some kind of power.
All right. Well, let's shift gears here. Let's get to some news, and I want to start off with, again, a little bit of off-topic news, but there's some big news from Nintendo this week. I want to get you guys' thoughts on it, because Nintendo, they're coming to your mobile phone.
Yeah.
Yay.
I want one game and one game only, and I will be happy.
Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Augmented.
Me too. A full Pokemon game.
No, I want augmented reality Pokemon. I have to go out into the world and to catch Pokemon.
I get arrested. I'd be in people's yards, creeping behind bushes and trash cans. I'd be in jail by the end of the week.
They have that game. They have that game Ingress, which if you've never heard of it, it's really cool. It's basically like you try to capture. You join one of 2 factions when you start the game, and you're playing against other players, and you're trying to capture territory. And it's augmented reality. Like, you have to actually go out in the world to capture territory. Like, you can't play it from sitting on your couch. And I think that having something like that would be super cool. Like, you find Pokemon out in the real world, and then you can battle them and stuff from the luxury of your own home. I think that they could do something really cool like that.
Like a Pokemon scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Go to a new neighborhood this week to find whatever Pokemon you've been grinding for.
Yeah, I mean, they could do some really cool things like that. I just hope it's not some dumb shit like it's Candy Crush with Pokemon characters.
No, I don't think they're gonna do that. I just hope it doesn't cannibalize like their hardware.
Well, they are apparently working on a new console, from what I've heard.
I mean, they're floating a thin line by if they're gonna actually put out their main AAA games on mobile, and then how are they gonna sell any actual hardware?
It's gonna be awkward on mobile.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to do straight ports. Like you're not going to be able to play like the Majora's Mask on mobile just because the controls are going to be so weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, there are emulators and stuff like that, but they only work well if you actually have a physical keyboard or a physical controller. Using Bluetooth to connect to it. And I mean, I have one and it works all right, but for emulators and stuff. But I don't think it's going to cannibalize it that much, because I don't think it's going to be straight ports.
I mean, they took the Pokemon franchise and made Snap and then like Pikachu your pet, and I'm sure there's a million things I don't even know about. So
Yeah.
if you're looking at a Pokemon game, it's probably not going to be a red or blue port.
Yeah.
As the child inside me dies saying that.
I'm interested to see what this NX console is going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
They didn't.
With the Wii, they definitely went somewhere new, and they kind of failed to capitalize on the Wii U, even though it still had all the Wii functionality for the most part. So
I think it's really early to be talking about another console.
well, the Wii U isn't selling. They need something to kick up their hardware sales.
Yeah, but what?
Off the 3DS.
I mean, it's so strange because Japan in general has gone so mobile. Like they're just abandoning consoles in general in Japan, and so it's really surprising me that they're investing in the consoles instead of focusing on mobile, whether it's smartphones or dedicated hardware like the DS.
Well, I think this is going to be like a crossbreed where you have a home console, but you can then just take it on the go. Like almost like a 3DS controller that you could just take it, pop in, like use the screen and go on the go, or come home and pop the same game on, use the controller and play.
I mean,
That'd be cool.
I mean, I think that it's got to be something that's mobile centric. With the way that the gaming community is over in Japan, they've got to stick to mobile.
It's just odd that I announced it so soon. Like anybody who's thinking about buying a Wii, why would you do that now? You got this new one.
Who is still thinking about buying a Wii at this stage? Let's be honest.
That's true. Oh, I don't know.
I didn't get to
Zelda
play
came out and
Kart
was
yet.
amazing, and there was a good deal on a Wii, I might pick it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'd borrow one to play Mario
Smash
Kart.
Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, Smash Brothers is great. I'd love to play some Smash Brothers on it, but they're.
Didn't they just make one for 3DS that plays online and is basically the same thing but in your hands?
Yeah.
Why would you put that for the Wii then?
Oh, I wouldn't. I'm not saying I would.
Yeah.
I was saying about, if they had some good games. I like the Nintendo games that they have. At least the old ones. And if they made more new ones that were great, and it's $100 or $150, I might pick one up. Not at $300, that's for sure.
My Wii eventually became a gimmick. My girlfriend played a lot of Mario and everything on it once I got into heavier gaming onto the other consoles. And now it just sits in the closet because I refuse to get rid of it.
Yeah. The Wii is more of it's a toy. It's not really a console. You take it out when you want to play with it for a little while, and then you put it back away. It's not something that you're going to use every day.
I mean, speaking of ports, though, most of the things I played were like the old Mario games and different things that I bought out of the Wii store that were just ports of old games.
Nintendo definitely did seem to be a lot more on board with that kind of stuff from the get-go, which was, good because they do have such a rich history.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the new system is a kick to the face of all their dedicated fans who bought this system.
I don't think it's coming out. I don't think it's going to come out for several years.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming out this year, even next year.
You think they would have announced it that early if it wasn't going to come out in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I don't think, because they were announcing it with the mobile thing, so it almost made it sound like they were announcing it just to reassure fans that, hey, we're not getting out of hardware.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, that's what it seemed like when I was reading that announcement. So I don't think it's coming out anytime soon.
When did the Wii U come out?
A year before Xbox and PlayStation.
So like back in 2012, then.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be 3 years here.
3 years is a short cycle, though.
That is extremely short cycle.
True, but considering how well it hasn't sold, they're wanting to kick up their hardware sales. They got to do something drastic, and that might be it.
But what's it tell your fan base if you say, hey, look, we made a new console, and then 3 years later they scrap it and scrap support? It's like, well, should I go buy this one? I mean, if it doesn't do well, then they're going to drop support on it really soon. You know what I mean? So it shakes the confidence in people if you end the life cycle too quickly.
Plus, there hasn't been that many good games on the Wii U for those people who bought it to say, "Oh, I definitely want to go out and buy this new system because all these great games I've played recently."
Well, that could come from the other side as well. Like, there is not a lot of good games for the Wii U. So, like, what are they selling right now? 3DSs. Like, they're gonna start selling some mobile games. If they want that console market, maybe they have to put out a new console to get it. I'm just playing devil's advocate at this point because I really don't know either way.
I know if I bought a Wii U and then 3 years later they put out a new system and I didn't get that great of games on my Wii U, I would be done.
It kind of feels like that same console grind we were talking about where you're constantly trying to keep up with the hardware so that you can use the software.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of Wii's problem that they've had is the third-party support. I mean, they've never been known for their third-party support, and maybe it's time that they reevaluate that strategy. People want cross-platform games. Like back in the Nintendo 64, back in that era, it was cross-platform games were rare. Like that, it was really. It was the exclusives was kind of like that's why you bought a console, because most of the games were just exclusive to that console. Whereas now it's very far and few between where a game you get is exclusive to one console in relation to every other game. So if you're looking for a console, it's like, okay, I can buy this one system that's going to have some great first-party support, or I can buy one of these other two systems that's going to be able to play a massive amount of games. Then I mean it's change in thought process than what it has been in the past, and I think Nintendo needs to adjust.
Yeah. We shall see. Yeah, no, I got nothing else to say. All right, well let's get into some other news here. All right, let's quickly talk the Destiny update today. Franz, getting some colorblind support here.
Yes, finally. That's the first thing I did when I popped in that game. I looked for, where's the colorblind mode? Oh, there's none. Alright, well, I might be able to get by. And then, we have blue and purple shields that look exactly alike. Yeah, so I'm happy about that.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, I saw the picture. I'm like, oh, man, that must suck ass to not be able to see the difference in the engram colors.
What I did was, the engram, I mean, I went online and looked at which enemies had which type of shields, and I just memorized them.
Yeah.
That was the way to do it. But yeah.
Okay.
Guess there's
I'm
also.
happy for you.
Yeah, that could. You're appeasing to the 5% of gamers like me.
Is it only 5%? I was kind of surprised when I read that because it's something that Call of Duty's had for forever now, it seems. And I thought it was more pronounced.
Yeah, no, I just threw that number out there. There's no fact behind that. I think somebody else said it in the chat, and I just.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. No fact behind that.
I know it is a lot more prevalent in males. I do know that's true.
Yeah, it's rare for a female to get it.
Yep.
I can get into the whole science of it, but I won't bore you.
We're already running at 45 minutes in.
But on another
What color
note,
is
they
the dress?
also changed sound. I guess there's new mixing that you can do.
Yeah,
I
we'll
saw
have
that.
separate audio controls for
Which,
game and chat. In-game.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
not really of an issue to us who use headsets all the time. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, it's good for like multiplayer to turn off the music. I know in Titanfall when I did that, it made a world of difference. You can actually like hear footsteps better and whatnot.
there's music?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't even notice it. You don't even notice it, but it's there.
No, I cut everything down in most of my games so I can hear the
Yeah.
raw, like footsteps, guns cocking, reloading,
Yeah.
everything.
You'd be surprised at how you kind of block it out, but it you subconsciously block it out, but you still hear it, and it could hinder you.
Huh. I never knew that.
Pay attention next time you, or look for it next time you play.
I noticed it more in sports games. That's where I picked up on it, because once you start cutting down on the crowd sounds and all the random stuff, you start hearing players call for the ball and call for the puck and things like that. You start getting a little more out of the game.
Yep.
Well, I know it's like in Destiny, for example, like it's definitely in the PvP elements. You know, like when you're fighting that boss, you know, the music changes, it gets all intense and all that kind of stuff. But I never really thought of it in the multiplayer side of things.
Yeah, the
So,
game I noticed it the most was Titanfall, because they had music going throughout the entire thing. You
Yeah.
don't really notice it, and then you just turn it off, and it makes a world of difference.
I actually haven't had a decent headset in a while, and I got like the cheapest pair of Turtle Beaches you can get your hands on. And playing Evolve, you can hear like birds reacting to the monster in the distance. You can hear footsteps going on when they evolve. You can hear them growling off in a corner. I can hunt things without even looking at the screen at this point. It actually makes a world of difference if you can tune the audio properly.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, those changes coming with the new patch whenever that lands. All right, well, let's move on here. Let's quickly talk some Halo, because there was a little article that came out today and saying that there's some new countdown clock that's counting down to Sunday.
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you think? Just like a little teaser, a release date?
I think it's going to be
Or
the
just
announcement
propaganda?
of. I think it's going to be the announcement of the TV show, maybe.
Oh, maybe. That's a good thought.
There's a Call of Duty TV show in the works?
No, Halo.
Oh, Halo. Okay. I thought you said Call of Duty.
That's what my guess.
No, that could be. That's actually a really smart guess, actually, especially for a Sunday night, because
Yeah.
like, what game? Yeah, it's on a Sunday night, so.
Yeah, because they're not going to do it. They're not going to release anything substantial about the game just on a random weekend. Like they're going to do stuff at events. You know what I mean? And Microsoft's approach has been games, like at E3 and stuff like that. So they're not going to spend time talking about the TV show at E3. So I think that it's going to be TV show related.
What if they bring back the beta for a couple weeks?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
How many changes could they have made in that much time?
Well, the beta only was arena, so it didn't include any of the larger maps or vehicles. So
Gotcha. They got a little further to tread then.
yeah, and they released a list of all the things that they were changing due to feedback. So I mean, there were substantial changes that they were making.
Sprinting, right?
Yeah, it was like the base speed and the acceleration and the deltas between base speed and top speed, and the call outs from the Spartans and the hit indicators from the hit boxes from grenades. I mean, there was a huge list of things that they were changing.
Yeah, it was a huge article.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that they have to. I mean, because they did the beta so far in advance that they had that flexibility to make those adjustments. So I think that there are going to be a good amount of changes. Maybe they'll do a stress test, but I do not think that that's going to be what this announcement is, because I think the stress test is going to be like a month before release.
Yeah.
That's something I could see them announcing at E3.
Is a month enough, or is that why games have been running into trouble lately?
Well, games that do a stress test beta before launch typically don't have problems.
Yeah, Destiny didn't. Titanfall
Yeah.
really didn't. And they did that. They did a test a couple months before.
And Evolve, they did
Yeah.
betas.
Yeah, they
So
did betas, and then my account got reset 4 times, and I wasn't able to get a game for like a month. And now after the update, everything is cool. So I ask again.
Evolve. That's right. Evolve did have that problem, didn't they?
Not server problems though. That was they hit the reset button after the beta and they just forgot to take their finger off.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, from what it seems like the games that don't have the stress tests are the ones that have problems at launch, like the Battlefields and the Halo Master Chief Collection, and yeah.
Well, should the betas run a little longer is what I'm asking. Should we have them for a month or two to see what it really can handle as the server load fluctuates?
But you don't want to do that because you're testing for concurrency. So if you say the beta is a month long, then people say, oh, I have a whole month to play it. But if it's only 3 days, then oh my gosh, I need to play in these 3 days. So
you get that hardcore flux in numbers. Yeah.
Plus, you got to flirt the line of having people be excited for your game and then getting burnt out on it during the beta.
If your game is worthwhile and I play it for a month and you take it away, I'm going to be pissed and I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's. I guess we'll see what happens on Sunday. But my guess was just going to be like a kind of a series of little teasers leading up to E3 or something maybe. But yeah, the TV show could definitely be in the wheelhouse there. So but we shall see Sunday night, I guess. All right. Well, Sydney, you want to give us a quick little preview for Clan Wars this weekend?
I mean, same old stuff. The only thing that's changed is we have dropped down a bracket. We're maxing out at 30 instead of 54 because we had some problems with attendance and things like that. So at this point, we should have a much firmer grasp on the competition. It'll probably be like the first few Clan Wars where we had a ton of points and the competition couldn't keep up. And from there, we'll be able to weed out the loose links in the chain and build and grow and get back to that 54 and eventually that 100-man bracket. But still Diamond Division, still working hard, still putting together squads and everything, and I look forward to being on top of the leaderboard at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, best of luck.
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely.
How did the raids go this week?
I personally have not been able to play them because I've been having issues with the app on a couple different old random devices I have laying around. But from what I understand, they've been plowing through a good handful of them, getting all sorts of exclusive items that you can't get your hands on otherwise. So far, so good. I think that's why Nick didn't join today. He was running through a raid.
Yeah, that's what he had said.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're going well. I'm actually kind of upset I can't participate. All the other parts of the app work, but when I get in there, it starts loading all that info and crashes it. So, eventually.
How does it? Is there like a reset to it, or is it?
It seems to reset on a weekly schedule, but again, I haven't been able to get in there, look at it, and confirm it. There seems to be specific missions that have specific qualifications to get through them and get the items. There is a leaderboard of what clans did the best at each specific mission, so they seem to be tracking it, but I haven't been able to see the reset at all.
Gotcha.
It'd be nice to see OG on there, so anybody listening from the Call of Duty side, start grinding, get in there harder. I'll eventually get something that makes the app load up. I'll get in there too. They made it so the only way you can sign up for a raid is through the app. The game, you can't sign up through the game. If you join in and help them, they'll get wins, but you won't get the actual credit for your personal wins and what you do.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, they made it a little too separate, only because I have like an iPhone 4S, which is old, some random Android phone laying around that my girlfriend uses, and all of them freeze on the same screen, so it's kind of excluded me from the activities.
Ouch, that sucks.
Yeah, if I didn't have a bunch of new games laying around, I'd be pretty pissed, to be honest.
Well, always something to do, eh?
Yeah, no, something to mess around with. I've been playing that Dragon Ball game and reliving my childhood, and Battlefield's been pretty fun. They have some interesting new game modes that I never even thought of, so I'm having a good time with that.
Excellent.
Otherwise, grind hard, boys, and Clan Wars will be ours this week. I'm tired of second and third place. We got a first coming to us.
Good
Amen.
luck, guys.
All right. Well, you guys got anything like to throw in here before we sign off for the week?
Nope, not for me.
Okay.
No, just sign up for whatever Clan Wars for Destiny, and let's get that shit going, because I'm excited. I can't wait for it.
Yeah,
Destiny.
I hope
Yeah.
it takes off. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, DestinyClanWars.com. Sign up now for the soft launch, and yeah, everything's going live on Monday. So yeah.
The warm up event actually starts on Sunday. So if you play control matches on Sunday, you'll start seeing your scores reflected on the app.
How long does it run for, starting on Sunday?
The event runs from Sunday the 22nd through the 25th.
Gotcha. So we got a couple
So
days
it
to
goes-
get in there and get wins.
Yeah, so it ends Wednesday.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. Bringing some of my favorite things back, Call of Duty, and get me back into Destiny.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep, and then the first real event starts that weekend. So there'll be a couple days of break, and then I believe it's on Friday that the first real event that will be starting.
Awesome. I'll just have to hold awake for my social life.
What's that? Eat, sleep, game.
Pretty much at this point. Squeeze in enough work to live indoors.
There you go. Yeah, that's you kind of need power in a TV. The cardboard box doesn't really. It's not too.
I don't know.
conducive
You
for
get
gaming.
enough car batteries and a good connection in a Walmart parking lot, you could probably get your gaming in.
Yeah, I suppose. All right. Well, yes. DestinyClanWars.com. Check her out. Sign up. And yeah, we will see you in the Crucible. Yeah. Well, let's wrap things up here. So, OriginalGuardians.net is the clan's website. Check us out. Facebook, Original Guardians. Twitter, @OGuardians. Google Plus, just search Plus Original Guardians. Links in the show notes. Audio archives in the show notes. We will be back next Thursday at our usual 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, thanks everybody for listening. And yeah, we will be back next week.
Have a good week.
See ya.
Later.